All right, let's get to it. So yesterday, in the last video, if you did watch, you'll know. But if you didn't, we went through sort of the hassle of getting the baler and the bale wagon, and more or less, we are going to be running this over this field of wheat that was harvested, and we are going to be getting bales of hay. I do not have cows for a few different reasons. Don't plan to get cows. I can only get 9. They don't need that much hay. I'm going to be selling this hay. I'm going to store just a little bit of it in case I want to get cows one day and just want to have food ready for them. But it's not the game plan. And so I don't have to lower this one. It's just ready to rip, it looks like. And we are going to see how much hay we get. And then I'm going to put a little bit of it in the cattle barn in case I decide to get cows one day. The only reason I'd want them is for manure. You can only have 9 cows. You got to manually milk them. They're $500 a pop, just about. So, I mean, you're looking at $4,500 in cows. I'm on console. You can't use recipes on console, so the milk is just, you can make condensed milk out of it and sell it, and that's as far as it goes. And that is for an investment of $4,500 plus hay, plus time each morning. To me, it's not worth it. I pay to have the fields fertilized. And so what I plan to do, which I haven't done yet, is I plan to go collect the fertilizer machine, and I plan to go collect the manure spreader, only to take them to the shop and sell them, because I'm just going to pay to have the flyover that handles both of those. It just takes one of the steps out of the fields. I prefer to just pay to have that part done. I don't personally enjoy it. If you really enjoy doing every aspect of the field, then by all means you're going to need the fertilizer and the fertilizer spreader and the manure spreader. But for me, I'm not going to need them, so I'm just going to sell them. I'm not going to need the cows either for that reason. So we are good to go without those 2 items. And I think it'll help us early on in the game. We're also going to sell in the barn already was a, what is it? Just a cuts grass, basically. And I think it's just for looks. Might get some social points if you cut enough grass or something like that. For now, I'm happy with what the weed eater can take care of, as far as the way I like for the barnyard to feel. And so I'm going to sell that also. So that'll be probably a separate video of just collecting and selling initial starting equipment that I don't really want. And I plan to use that to buy a separate field without using social points. I don't want to use social points because I want to keep those above 50,000, because that is what allows me to pay somebody, I think it's $400 a field to do the manure and fertilizer spreading in total with a plain aerial flyover. Takes care of all that for me, saves me a bunch of time, a lot of process with the cows and buying fertilizer and this and that for $400. I'd probably spend a couple $100 just getting it all fertilized. So I think that it's well worth it financially and time-wise, and clearly the trade-off of being able to sell those couple of harvesters. I just noticed this thing is full, and I think it's still harvesting even though it's not doing anything with it. So I'm going to toss a couple of these in the barn just to have them. I'm going to go grab a couple more off the field, and then we're going to go sell a load and see how we do. So I believe all you have to do is walk over here and grab a bell and then throw it on the ground. Ta-da! 200 food. And then we go check, and animals owned. We have, let's see, we have cow food. We're at 12%. Let's see what 1 hay bale gives us. Did that get in there? It did. 1 hay bale gets us from 12 to 14, so it's just 2% per bale. So I'll put a few of these in here anyway. And at least that'll have us to where if one day I'm like, oh man, I do need cows, that in case we just planted a field or something like that, we don't have to wait forever to get them going and get them milked, and we can move along. Oh, that one didn't. What are we doing here? Sell it. Or store it. There we go. That one just like evaporated. Let's see. Yep. Maybe I'll do 2 more. I did not keep mental count. So we're at 38% storage. I'm going to do 1 more, get it a nice round number. 40% storage, and we are out. Now we will go maybe finish harvesting this field. We might have a harvesting, baling this field. We might have a little bit left over for the next load, and then I'll probably just keep that stored on the trailer for the next pickup. Is it picking it up? It is. Alright. Why is nothing going? I feel like something's off here. I don't have an option to turn on or off. Let me unhitch the baler, or the wagon. There we go, I'm gonna try that again. Alright, it seems to be working now. There we go. Let's try this again. Notice the bell wasn't coming out of the back, and I guess when a bell's not coming out of the back, that's a pretty clear indicator what I'm doing is wasting my time. This is a pretty quick job, pretty rewarding on a smaller field. You know, I haven't even actually really looked to see how big the fields get. I mean, I don't imagine between harvesting, if you're going to manually harvest or do any field work yourself, you want anything too much bigger just because of the size of the equipment that you're starting out with. Might get a little mundane to just run back and forth all day, but I guess it just depends on what makes your brain click, what you like. I like finishing a field, so I'd rather, I think, have a few small fields and kind of get that little completionist, whatever it is, serotonin that says like, yeah, you did it, congrats. Then a huge field, even though I know I'd get a bigger harvest and all that, I still prefer to check the box, even though I know it may not be optimal. Go ahead and loop around and grab this last little bit right here. Boom, boom. And then we'll scoop up little remaining parts here. We're gonna get all this done before bed. That's great. This guy got a lot of work done today. Being a little anal, I'm gonna grab these last little bits that I'm seeing. Alright. We barely got any hay out of all that. Did we? Oh, okay, we're on the second row there. Okay, we got a little bit. Alright. I think we're done, and then it's really just a short drive over to here, and that's this way. And we're gonna see what we get for these. We have, let's see, 3, 6, 8 on the second row, and then I believe another, is that 6 on the bottom row? It's not too many. We've got 14 total bales of hay. Yeah, so I don't expect to make too much money off of these. I don't know what they sell for. There's no indicator on the map like there is for everything else. I should say too, Becky seems to like me. She lives somewhere up in the northwest, I think. I was able to give her flowers. I got a dog yesterday, gave it some sausage, and it liked that over by the store right beside the house. That guy that just kind of, you sell him the eggs and milk and that kind of thing, and Was able to get the dog. I don't know what the dog does. Maybe some social points or something. And then I want to get married. I just want to. That's pretty awful. But I want to get married because I don't know for sure, but I believe that being on console, I can't cook recipes. And I believe getting married that my spouse is supposed to cook recipes. And I'm hoping that if I can get married, that'll kind of be my glitch out of the glitch. And it'll sort of fix the bug for me. And then I can start cooking recipes and selling those. And that would be really nice. I would like that. Not that I want Farmer's Dynasty to be a cooking show or cooking game, but it would be nice to have another quality source of income. So these don't go here. Where do they go then? Let's look for something that looks like it would be for hay bales. Pretty sure they buy them here. I think so. There's some hay bales up there. Okay, so probably right over there somewhere. I just completely overlooked those. I just thought I'd go to the other spot. Okay, it says Bale Market. All right, Bale Market. We said we have 14 bells. We currently have 15,432. Oh, here we go. Oh, $300. That is like selling chicken eggs. I don't know if we're ever gonna plant wheat again, folks. I will hold on to this baler and trailer. Like, let's see, if I had really stacked that thing to the moon, or what? I had a full trailer plus not much, right? Like a full trailer plus maybe another eight bales, I think is what we got on top. So I think we could have been at a total, I don't know how many bells I threw in that. Probably about 15 bells I threw in there. So let's just say we could have been at a total of 30 bells. So maybe we could have doubled our money there. I mean, we're talking $600-700 for that entire field of bales. And, you know, I guess wheat and barley both. Let me just look real quick. I'm not sure what the yield is off the fields. But wheat and barley, I can both get a little more from. Where is she at? Over here. 529 and 660 compared to 352 and 412. But I don't know. Maybe I'll just plant some peas, right? Can I think I can harvest peas with this same header. I don't know what a lupine is, but peas are, you know, it kind of goes both ways. Like if I can plant peas and make more money, or canola. Canola's up there too, and lupine, whatever that is. I don't know if that requires the corn header though. But anyway, if I can get peas and they get delivered here instead of here, number one, that's a much shorter drive. And even if the harvest is lower, like the yield is lower, then that just means less trips to get all your money. And you don't have to worry about driving this thing around for another, I mean, $600, and I would have had to take 2 trips. That doesn't make any sense. So to me, unless you're doing cows, which the cows is kind of jacked up too. I don't know if it's different on PC, but you can only have 9 cows. You have to manually collect the milk one by one. They make manure, but it's just really not worth dealing with manure. Just hire out for it. I don't know. I just don't think it's there. So anyway, yeah, that's my take. All right, let's see. So, in fact, we've got a wagon of canola right here. I don't know if there's any just grain storage by default. No, there's not. Okay. So we're going to be looking at likely... Ooh, how do I want to change which one I'm looking at? Okay, I guess I gotta drop. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we've got that done, and I think we're in good shape now. I'm kind of gonna poke around and see if anything stands out as needing to be done. These need to be plowed. I've got a little time left today. I'm pretty tired, but I'm not like absurdly tired. These both need to be plowed. You know, I think I would rather, though, plow someone else's field for a couple bucks than plow my own field, because I can outsource that. So okay. So anyway, I think that it's a real short video. We'll do a little more. We got the hay stuff done. I'm not gonna hit you guys with the mundane task of harvesting the field, or plowing the field. So let's see if our dog is not here. Dog is gone. Dog gone. I don't know where the dog went. Maybe he needs a sausage a day or the dog goes away, kind of thing. Not 100% sure. So a few things I could do. I guess number one, I could go see what it's going to cost me to get another field. I think I've got probably another $1,500 worth of canola in the back of that trailer to the right there. I could definitely go sell that. If I'm being real, I'm probably going to pay somebody to plow these fields, and I'm going to stick to plowing fields myself for social points, for tasks, just because I think that's better spent. Like, I need the social points. Plowing the field, I think, is $200 a field, which is just, when you're pulling in like $12,000 on a field of canola, it just doesn't make sense to do a lot of it yourself, unless you just, kind of want to feel it and do it. I've had my eye on this field. It's right across the way. However, rethinking that right now, because look, most of the grain the sell point is here. So to me, it makes a little more sense to actually work my way towards the sell point instead of over to this field. So I'm actually gonna, is that the right one? Yep, I'm headed right over to this. So then I'll work my Dynasty, my farmer Dynasty, over this direction, and I'll pick up these two fields next, and then this big one. I'll kind of work my way to getting these fields, because those are going to be I think the obvious ones to make it easier to get to the sell point. The other thing I want to look at is, are there any, there's a greenhouse for sale over here. Now that's not related to the sell point. I don't know how much a greenhouse costs. I can imagine, I think there's some kind of festival that happens in it's only August 6th in September. And so I imagine greenhouses close to the festival points are going to be ideal. So we'll see. All right, so this field sells for $26,000. I'm not seeing a way to not spend my social points. I'm wondering is that another glitch with the consoles? It's funny because I wouldn't normally think that way. But because I've seen a couple of glitches on console, it makes me wonder. Every time something's just a little bit off, it's like, oh, is that a console glitch? Which is honestly a really compelling reason. I mean, if you have a PC to play this on PC, obviously, I don't see a way. I'm going to pause real quick and just check. Well, I couldn't find anything immediately. What I did is I went ahead and saved the game. Maybe it's because I don't have $26,000. So it's not giving me the option. So I've got 15,000. I don't have 26. I know that I could probably get another 1,500 from selling the canola, get up to 17,000. So there's that. Let's see. I'm gonna leave the tractor there for a second, maybe. No, I'll take it. These fields are far enough away that I don't want to have to walk back. I'm just going to check the pricing on a couple of these other fields before I head to bed, in-game bed, and see. That's a nice big field there. Okay. Wasn't there a field right over here? Yeah. Wait, where is it? It's kind of across this farm. Okay. I'm thinking this one might be in my budget, 15,000. Dude popped out of it, literal children of the corn or old man of the corn. And let's see if it'll let me buy it. It will. So that's my problem. Just don't have enough money. So that's a 0.87. I'm just going to compare that really quickly to my fields. I've got a... Let's see here. This is a 0.79 and a 0.89, so it's a very similar size. This is a 1.8, so that's over double the size of what I have. This one is a 2.25, that's a huge field, and this is a 1.92, so this one's, it looks bigger than this one to me, but what the hell do I know? There's some big fields up here, 3.14. Oh, it has the price on these, that's nice. So I can actually make price comparisons on the go. I assume that it's literally just a baseline price per acre, and I'm not going to find one that's just like, oh, that's nice and cheap. These are two really nice fields right beside each other. You know, these are kind of separated a little. These are nice right beside each other. I still feel like I'm going to go here next just because of moving the harvester and all the equipment just one field at a time, and probably go here and then down to here. So I guess my goal right now is going to be to save $26,000 and to be in a position to buy that field. So I think what we're going to be doing tomorrow is I will go home, get some sleep, and then we are going to be buying equipment and then selling it off, or no, sorry, not buying equipment, but doing our chores to get equipment. So the fertilizer spreader, the seeder I'm going to keep because I might want to use the seeder, but the fertilizer spreader and the manure spreader and the grass cutter, whatever it's called, in the barn, I am going to unlock those and then take them to the nearest sell point and sell them and see if I can't rush up on $26,000 sooner than later, and that would give us another field to harvest this season, which that's a bigger field. I mean, what do we say, twice as big? I mean, I didn't check what was growing on it, but probably the friggin' hay, the wheat. But anyway, I'll see if one of those three fields has canola. That might be my deciding factor, because I think I could pull a good $25,000 in canola sales, and maybe just continue to buy the next field, the next field, the next field, maybe? We'll find out. That seems a little cheap to be able to rig it like that, but we'll see, and I will see you guys in the next video tomorrow, and we will start knocking out some tasks and getting the manure spreader and the fertilizer spreader unlocked.